So we're going to move into Proclamation B, Asian American Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Month Proclamation, May 2021, presented by Council Member Aragon, and who's going to be accepted is Elaine Paris. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Whereas Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders have a rich heritage, thousands of years old, and have both shaped the history of the United States and had their lives dramatically influenced by moments in its history, and whereas Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders make up the second largest community of color in Burien and have for decades contributed to Burien's growth, vibrancy, and economy, regardless of citizenship or immigration status. And whereas Burien's first mayor, Dr. Arun Javeri, is of South Asian descent, and whereas the long and deeply rooted legacy of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in the United States reminds us of both proud and painful chapters in our history, and whereas we are reminded of the grueling working conditions of the thousands of Chinese laborers who built the Transcontinental Railroad, as well as the Japanese American troops who fought for freedom from tyranny abroad in World War II, while their families here at home were interned on the basis of their origin. And whereas today, as leaders, business owners, and workers all across industries, including small business, arts, healthcare, technology, and education, and as elected officials, first responders, and service members, Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders enhance Burien's community and culture. And whereas Asian Pacific American Heritage Month is a nationwide celebration and observance that honors the achievements of Asian Pacific Americans and recognizes their significant contributions. And whereas Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month provides an opportunity to educate the public on the personal sacrifices and accomplishments made by people of Asian American and Pacific Islander descent in American history. Now, therefore, the City Council of Burien, Washington, does hereby ask all Burien community members to join together to proclaim May 2021 as Asian American and Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And today we'll have Eileen Paris receive this proclamation. And hi, Eileen. Hi there. Now, she's a proud Burien resident and also immigrated from the Philippines like myself. But she has the advantage of being able to speak our language. And she, well, my excuse is I was too young and do not, but she is currently the Vice President of Job Training and Education at Goodwill. And I just remembered today that when my uncle immigrated here from the Philippines in his 20s, he actually got his first job at Goodwill in Seattle. And that was his first job here in America before we went off to join the National Guard. And he actually retired as a laboratory scientist at Kaiser. So I'm so happy for Eileen to be here with us today, talk a little bit about the the job training opportunities that Goodwill provides for the city of Burien.
Thank you so much, Council Member Sophia, and thank you, Mayor, and other respective folks here. It is very humbling for me to be here, especially Burien's proclamation to honor and celebrate our ancestors, my parents, as well as an immigrant myself, as an Asian and Pacific Islander that have built strong communities, foundations, as well as really supporting businesses and families here in Burien community. As you know, Council Member Sophia had said, as a Filipino immigrant navigating in a new country, culture, and language, I saw and learned the personal sacrifices my parents made to give me and my siblings a better future. It is many stories that we hear from immigrants that come and relocate into a community that is unknown to them or do not know the cultural language. And so my parents gave me a better future, a future where we can have opportunities to gain employment so we can pay our bills, have an education, have a roof over over us, and put food on the table. Also the opportunity for me as a kid to attend Seahurst Elementary School and to have great memories in a diverse community like Burien. And I was able to even ride my bikes down to Seahurst Beach. Great memories in Burien. My experiences really has led me to where I am today in supporting and making sure that I can be that person to create access to individuals coming to this country so they can also have livable wage jobs, have a great experience like I did, and be able to provide an education and support their families like my parents. So as the Vice President of Job Training and Education at Seattle Goodwill, our commitment is always going to be our community and our students. And I am very privileged that I get to do this every day to help immigrants and other groups not just contribute to the economic recovery of our community, but also have the equitable lens to ensure that they can compete and not be left behind because of the way they look, or because they have an accent, or because English is not their first language. We make that possible because we make sure that we have the professional trainers and support services that they so deserve with dignity, and to give them that confidence and pride. Our retail stores and donation centers are not just for affordable items, so folks can really relocate, such as the one on 128th Street that's been there for many years, but it powers our mission. And that mission is always going to be our commitment to free job training and education with wraparound support services so the basic needs of our students can be successful in their training and employment. As mentioned, we have professional instructors, resource navigators, and employment specialists to really provide the high livable wage jobs that every person deserves. So from finding your first job, or trying to jump from a job to a career, or finding a job just to survive and be able to pay your bills, our doors are open at Goodwill, and we always see the potential of every person in achieving their goals. Just like when I came to this country, someone believed in me and thought that I didn't have to fit in a box because of the way I looked, or the language or the accent that I have, or that my eyes are a little bit slanted and it didn't fit the norm. So it is very humbling for me to be here to talk about Burien, because Burien was my community. And Burien was a community that welcomed my family and myself and gave me those opportunities. We have been serving Burien at Seattle Goodwill, and it has served me as well personally. And it's been a tough year for many of us this year, and we will continue to be resilient. We will continue to open our doors to serve Burien community, and we will be stronger than ever before. So again, thank you for your time, as I am proud to be here with you today, and to say how proud I am to not only be an immigrant and to celebrate Asian Pacific Islander, but to be proud to be a Burien resident. Again, thank you, and happy Asian and Pacific Islander Month.
Well, thank you so much for your kind words today. In fact, my sister worked out of the Seattle Goodwill, Susan Mata, and helped develop some of the curriculum. So it's very important, the work that you all do with making sure that, people can find jobs and, move up in life. So I want to thank your mission and the work that you do there at Goodwill. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen.
Thank you.